Welcome back to Awakening Vibes. I need to tell you something that might challenge everything you've believed about spiritual growth. Positive thinking almost broke me. Not in the obvious ways, not through failure or disappointment. It broke me by silencing my truth. For years, I smiled through heartbreak, affirmed abundance while feeling empty, expressed gratitude while suppressing grief. I did everything the guru said, and I've never felt more disconnected from my soul. Today, I'm sharing what most spiritual teachers won't admit, the real danger hiding behind the positivity movement, and how breaking free from it saved my spiritual life. Stay with me, this gets honest. Let me take you back. I discovered self-help at a low point. Desperate for change, I devoured every book, attended every workshop, followed every guru. The message was clear. Think positive, feel grateful, raise your vibration. Sounds beautiful, right? So I did. Every negative thought, replaced. Every fear, suppressed. Every tear, wiped away with an affirmation. Good vibes only. That became my religion. But here's what I didn't notice. I wasn't healing, I was hiding. Behind every forced smile was grief I never honored. Behind every affirmation was fear I never faced. Behind every gratitude list was anger I never expressed. I built a prison of positivity and locked my authentic self inside. Have you ever felt this? Pressure to be positive when you're falling apart? Shame for feeling sad, angry, or scared? Fear that your low vibration will manifest something terrible? That's not healing. That's spiritual suffocation. What is toxic positivity? Let's name what most people avoid. Toxic positivity is the belief that you must maintain a positive mindset at all costs, even at the expense of your authentic emotional experience. It sounds like, just think positive, everything happens for a reason, good vibes only, don't focus on the negative. These phrases seem supportive, but beneath them lies a dangerous message. Your difficult emotions are wrong, your pain is inconvenient, your authentic experience is unacceptable. Toxic positivity doesn't heal you, it silences you. And here's what the gurus rarely admit. It blocks the very abundance and manifestation you're chasing. Why? Because suppressed emotions don't disappear. They fester. They create energetic blocks. They manifest as physical illness, relationship patterns, and yes, the exact negativity you're trying to avoid. The emotions you refuse to feel don't vanish. They wait. They accumulate, and eventually, they demand to be heard. There's a term for what I was doing. Psychologists call it spiritual bypassing. It's when we use spiritual concepts, positivity, gratitude, forgiveness, love, and light, to avoid dealing with unresolved emotional wounds. I bypassed my grief by saying, they're in a better place. I bypassed my anger by forcing forgiveness before I was ready. I bypassed my fear by pretending it was just ego. I bypassed my depression by calling it low vibration. I spiritualized my avoidance and called it growth. Sound familiar? Spiritual bypassing is seductive because it feels elevated. It feels like you're above the messy human stuff. But the truth? You're just running from yourself in spiritual clothing. Real awakening isn't about transcending your humanity. It's about embracing it, fully, messily, honestly. The shadow you refuse to face will keep showing up. In relationships, in patterns, in the abundance that never arrives because part of you isn't welcome in your own life. My breaking point came on a Tuesday. I was journaling gratitude, forcing the words really, when something inside me snapped. I threw the journal across the room. And for the first time in years, I let myself feel. Rage poured out. Grief I'd locked away for a decade surfaced. Fear I'd been shaming as negative finally had permission to exist. I wasn't meditating, I wasn't affirming, I was sobbing on my bathroom floor, screaming into a towel. And you know what? That was the most spiritual moment of my life. Because I was finally real. I wasn't performing positivity, I wasn't earning my worth through good vibes, I was just human, broken, whole in my brokenness. That night something shifted. Not because I raised my vibration, but because I stopped abandoning myself for an image of who I thought I should be. So what's the answer? Should we abandon positivity entirely? No. But we need a different approach. True spiritual wellness isn't about being positive all the time. It's about being authentic all the time. It's honoring joy and grief, celebrating hope and acknowledging fear, practicing gratitude and expressing anger when it's there. Your negative emotions aren't obstacles to enlightenment. They're doorways. Sadness teaches you what you value. Anger shows you where your boundaries were crossed. Fear reveals what needs protection. Grief proves you had the capacity to love deeply. These emotions aren't low vibration. They're sacred messengers. The goal isn't to eliminate darkness, it's to integrate it, to bring your whole self to the table, light and shadow, and know that you are worthy of love in every state. That's real healing. That's authentic awakening. So today I invite you to a different kind of practice. Instead of forcing positivity, try radical honesty. Ask yourself, what am I really feeling right now? Not what you should feel, not what's spiritual to feel, what's true. And whatever arises, honor it, welcome it, let it speak. You don't need to be fixed. You don't need to be positive. You just need to be real. Share in the comments, what emotion have you been suppressing? What feeling needs permission to exist? Let's heal together, not through bypassing, but through embracing our wholeness. Subscribe for more authentic spiritual teachings. And remember, your darkness is part of your light. Thank you for being here. I see you, all of you.